The entire Middle East was made in Europe. It was made after the end of the First World War. After the First World War and the Ottoman Empire lost that war, they sat down, cut Middle East into pieces, created Iraq, created Kuwait, created Iran, created Saudi Arabia. They just created countries based on their own interests because they saw the Middle East was rich in oil and gas. That was how they created the entire countries in Africa. There is no single country in Africa that was not socially re-engineered from Europe. That's why I don't understand when some people say, I am pro-Nigeria, I am pro-Benin Republic, I am pro-this, but you are anti-Western, you are anti-West. That was why Pan-Africanism failed. Pan-Africanism was building on the foundation of the 1884 Berlin West African Conference. Our youth needs to know why they speak English. You spoke English because of the 1884 Berlin West African Conference that took place 140 years ago. Today is not the day I'm going to miss words. Today is the day where we need to make truth to be known. We are all products of imperialism. We are products of genocide. We are products of ethnocide. Our sovereignty has been taken away from us. We control nothing. Our sovereignty does not belong to us. We need to understand where we are coming from. Despite the fact that Nigeria was made in Britain, was made in Germany, in that Berlin West African Conference which was headed by the German Chancellor Otto von Bismarck, who created the modern Germany. Germany did not exist 300 years ago. Germany was created in the mid-1850s through diplomacy, blood, and iron. Germany, what Otto von Bismarck did was to unite the Germanic people who spoke almost the same language. It was not different from what Chief Obafemi Awolowo did for us by using Egbe Oduduwa to unite the Yoruba-speaking people into a powerful political bloc within Nigeria. Whether you are Muslim, whether you're a Christian, whether you are a Sheshe, as Yorubas within Nigeria. That is why people like us can never tolerate those who seek to use religion or because of tribal supremacy to divide Yoruba land into pieces. You are undoing what Chief Obafemi Awolowo did, which is spilled his blood for another comrades. Despite the fact that we can blame the British for everything they've done to us, we can blame the European imperialists for what they did to us. It is unforgivable. But we must never forget that the British imperialists gave us the opportunity to negotiate our terms of agreement. Nigeria is not a nation, it is a country of nations. There is Yoruba nation, there is Igbo nation, Fulani nation, Kanuri nation, Tiv nation, Ijaw nation. Name it. We are a people with our different ancestral lands. Some people saw Nigeria as an opportunity to build the most powerful black country on earth, while some people saw Nigeria as a tool to expand, conquer territory, and continue war of conquest. That was why the coup happened in 1966. They did the coup in 1966 and they destroyed the federal basis of Nigeria. The basis of Nigerian unity has been destroyed since 1966. That is why people are clamoring for true federalism and restructuring. We have not been able to define Nigeria. We've not been able to define the reason why we exist as a people. You saw somebody came out, some Arewa people came out, that they will prefer Nigeria to be ruled by Islamic law. What height of treason can that be? mentioning theocratic law in a country that is multi-ethnic, multi-religious, and some people think it is a joke for us not to defend our own turf. If there was Think Yoruba First in 1966, maybe the Yoruba people would have had a better deal during the Biafran War. We were just forced into another people's war. We were caught unawares. I was trying to explain something the other time. If you look at the Hausa Fulani youth, they still think and reason. They are even more radical than Ahmadu Bello. The ideology of Ahmadu Bello is so solid in the core north. I clap for them. I give it to them. Their parents have done a good job. In the southeast, the ideology of Zik, Nrosi, and their agenda of Nigeria is what their youths are following. Maybe their youth are poor. Maybe the youth is a professor. Maybe they are home and abroad. They all reason the same way. They want a Nigeria where they will go into any place and be challenging the indigenous people and be controlling the politics and the economics. You cannot blame them. You cannot hate them for it. That is their own definition of Nigeria. They've never lied. That is what they wanted since 1914. Let's come back to the southwest for Yoruba land. Our youths are the most politically ignorant, naive, decadent in the whole West Africa. They are proud, they are arrogant, they are naive. The Western education Awolowo has brought into the southwest has become our greatest undoing. They are so individualistic. They will say rubbish with confidence. We are in trouble. You don't need to mince words. We are in trouble in the southwest. Because our youths, and many of them are in politics. They believe Awolowo's philosophy, Akintola's philosophy is no longer useful for their own existence in Nigeria. How can a Yoruba youth that went through the 4 walls of university, even normal NCE, be saying that population is not important in Nigeria? What is the genesis of Wasobia? Why did we have 3 regional system of government? Why does Nigeria have a 3-port? Not a 6-port or 7-port or death-port. Why does Nigeria have a 3-port? Nigeria has had a 3-port because there were 3 major hegemony in Nigeria based on population sizes. The majority ethnic group in the east were the Igbos, and they created the eastern region where the Igbos controlled. The majority ethnic group in the north was Hausa Fulani, where they left the Hausa Fulani Caliphate structure to control the north. The majority ethnic group in the western region were the Yorubas, where they left the political structure for the Yorubas. If the Yoruba people had the population of Igede or Tiv or Ijo, you would never have a western region. If you were a minority as in 1960, if you were just number 4 in 1960, you would never have, there would never be something called Wasobia. Your forefathers that were marrying 4 wives, giving back to 30 children, 40 children, is why you can raise your useless and stupid shoulder in Nigeria and be thinking you are somebody. They did that dirty job for you to be proud to be a Yoruba man. You are poor. Your civilization is always attacked. Your resources is being taken away to develop other places. Your population is shrinking. You are becoming a minority every 2 years. Other ethnicities are coming to challenge your right to control your space, control your economy. your space, politically and economically in your space. And you still have the audacity to come on Twitter and be saying you don't need population. Ọmọ kan lẹ fẹ́ máa bí, ẹ máa ṣe ẹrú.